Welcome to Vacuum Wars and to our review of the Eureka QuickShift Omniverse upright vacuum. I first saw this product at CES this year, but I finally bought one for myself and have been testing it in various ways over the past couple of weeks. This new Eureka has a lot of useful and new features that I haven't seen before. It's incredibly easy to use and lightweight. Its performance was great where it counted, and after adding up all the scores, it rocketed to the number 3 position on our upright vacuum top 10 list, despite it being much cheaper than its competitors. And in this video, I'll go over the pros and cons of the Eureka QuickShift Omniverse. So links in the description, and let's get started. Starting off with the pros, its pickup performance was top tier. The Eureka QuickShift is made to vacuum both hard floors and carpets. It has a button on the handle, which changes the brush speed accordingly. In our pickup tests, it got a perfect score of 32, which is much higher than average. This was partially because of its unusually large front gates, which allow for larger debris to be picked up on hard floors and carpets, and it was able to pick up all the types and sizes of debris we tested. But I was also really impressed with its ability to pick up fine debris on hard floors, both in the real-world tests and at the studio. It also picked up pet and human hair very effectively. It even has a rare anti-tangle roller, which actively removes hair from the brush roll as you vacuum, which I found to be perfect with shorter lengths of hair, but it did start to tangle a little as we increased the length of hair to 14 inches. But even then, it wasn't that bad. One of the reasons I liked the Eureka Omniverse so much, though, was its ease of use. It's much lighter than the average upright vacuum at just over 14 pounds. It has a responsive swivel that's easy to maneuver in and out of tight spaces, and it's generally very easy to push with good weight distribution. And then, of course, there's the QuickShift technology, which is a unique feature as far as I know, where you hold a button on the canister and can lift or shift it up, which gives you much more space so that you can vacuum under furniture without hitting the canister. I enjoyed this feature a lot more than I thought I would. Normally, I would just not vacuum all the way under certain furniture or move the furniture if I had to. This just seemed like something that I would use a lot, and my house would be cleaner for it. Another big pro is the ability to lift the whole canister off the machine for above floor cleaning jobs. And it comes with a variety of well-built, well-thought-out attachments for this purpose. It comes with a long crevice tool, a combination brush/upholstery tool, both of which can be stored on board, as well as a motorized anti-tangle power brush, and my personal favorite, an extension hose. The hose allows you to hold the canister with all of its weight with one hand, which gives you much more precise control with your other hand. One note is that the hose only works for suction-only attachments, so it won't work with its electric brush. For that, you will need to connect it directly to the machine, and while it is heavy and awkward in that configuration, I found it to be one of the most effective power brushes I've tested. It really seemed to deep clean upholstery without bogging down, and it can be used for hard floors and stairs as well. It passed our fog test with no issues, and Eureka says it can filter 99.9% of dust and dander from going back into the air, which I consider a must-have feature. Another pro was its above-average unsealed suction score, which is where we test how much suction is being felt from the floor level when it's being used as directed. The Eureka got average scores for other performance tests, like the carpet deep clean test, where we see how it does at picking up deeply embedded sand in medium pile carpet, and with the crevice pickup test, both of which it was right at the average score. It was more quiet than average at only 77 decibels. It has LED lights on the floor head, which I like, and it has a 30-foot cord, which is right at the average length. The final pro I'll mention is its price, where it was way below the average price of vacuums that I have reviewed. Moving on to the cons. Its dustbin was about 1 liter below the average size, which is significant. It functioned well, and it didn't get hair clogs in our test, but it will need to be emptied more often than most other upright vacuums. Its sealed suction and airflow test results were lower than the average score, not by a huge amount, and as we saw, it didn't really affect its performance, but it doesn't have as much raw power as its flagship competitors, which is the trade that you make for a lighter weight vacuum. Another con is that it doesn't have a wand that you can pull out like many vacuums, so if you encounter some debris that it can't pick up with its floor head, you'll need to remove the canister and connect one of its 2 onboard attachments to pick it up. It is a minor inconvenience, but given that there was very little that the floor head couldn't pick up, it's not that big of a deal in my opinion. In conclusion, as I said earlier, the Eureka QuickShift Omniverse is currently sitting at number 3 on our top 10 list, which I was not expecting, and it's easily our current best value pick. It's lightweight, easy to use, its QuickShift technology is one of the most useful new features I've seen, it has good filtration, and its attachment set makes it a versatile vacuum that works for pretty much any situation. Links in the description, and be sure to subscribe to Vacuum Wars before you leave. Thanks for watching. All of the links in the description are updated regularly to reflect our current favorite vacuums in multiple categories. You'll also find links to the Vacuum Wars website in the description, where we have more detailed lists of our favorite products, like our new top 20 robot vacuums list, which is updated weekly.